Bring the meeting to order. If you would, please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Missy, you want to do roll call, please?
Libby? Here. Ryan?
Here.
Tanya?
Here,
John?
Here.
Fritz?
Here.
we have a quorum. And we do have just a small edit to the agenda here that Chief's going to introduce our new officer tonight, so we'll need to add that to the agenda. And then we can look for approval for that.
I'll make a motion to edit tonight's agenda and add introduction of Trent Carter to number 1 on new business.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And next we need approval for minutes, please.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting from February 17th, 2026.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain?
Sustain. I wasn't here.
Okay, so first up, we have Chief to make introduction for our new officer.
Thanks for allowing me to do that. I know they're both on duty tonight, and I figured if they got a call, we may not get to this. So this was to fill in Officer Chappell's position. He left at the end of January. We were fortunate enough to get a lateral from McCordsville Police Department. It is Officer Trent Carter. He's in the back there. Trent, if you want to come up and just introduce yourself on that microphone there. He's already got the academy. He's already got CIT. He's pretty well trained. He worked for McCordsville for a couple years and then IUPUI.
Yes.
Prior to that for 7 years?
Yes.
Okay. Take it from here.
So like I said, I'm Trent Carter. Coming up on 9 years of law enforcement experience. So I'm new. I'm not great at speeches. So I guess if you see me out, you can always ask me questions. So be visible. So that's one thing I like to be, is kind of a PR type person. So if you guys do see me, or if I, stop you for something, I'm the new guy.
Welcome. It's good to have you. Good to have you.
Thanks, Trent.
Thank you. Okay. So at first we have the council to consider first reading of ordinance number 2026-3A, amending the 2026 salary ordinance to reflect the pay increase for Police Chief Patrick Bratton. I think everybody's had a chance to look this over. And Joe, you want to, I guess if you want to go through what you did here.
I prepared this amendment to the ordinance to be in line with a recommendation from the Police Commission from the last meeting, and sent it to everyone. I've got everything in red marked up as the changes. So again, this is first reading. So if you see that I made any errors, let me know and we can have that corrected for this before we do the second reading. But this would be, is this ordinance 2026 2A?
3A.
Oh, corrected. Years flying by already.
Questions, conversation. So this also includes the additional one-time payment of $6,830 to equal the amount of specialty pay that he did not receive in the last 5 years of his service as chief. And it would be a one-time payment, shall be paid with the first pay following the adoption of the ordinance, just to let the public know. Questions, conversation? Any?
Yeah, I think I'm good with the merit raise. I'm not sure about the back pay. Anybody else has thoughts or? I said I was good with the merit raise Just not sure about the back pay over the last 5 years.
specialty pay. Well, I think it's just, if you're gonna give it to him from this point on, I guess it seems like it's fair to, because it was never issued in the first place, but I don't know what the right and wrong is here. I'm okay with whatever we decide, but
I guess
I'm good with it either way.
Why wouldn't it paid previously?
It just was, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. It just never was. I mean, it's not nobody ever brought it up, I guess.
Do you know what the total is for the 5 year?
$6,830.
$6,800.
It's on the second page of the ordinance, Fritz.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking at the old one, thank you.
That amount has always been in the ordinance.
Yeah.
It just wasn't paid out as such.
But it's 5769 biweekly pay for a police investigator. And then the PD specialty pay $250 per year with a maximum of 2 specialties at $962 per biweekly pay.
Yeah, that won't equal out if you do the math, because what I did is over the last 5 years, I went back, those pays went up a little bit. So I went back each year and I'd sent a spreadsheet breaking down how
Yeah.
this cost, but I forgot to bring it with me this evening. But those are the fees over the last 5 years. That's what they equal out to.
Right.
Yeah, it was $1,000 a year from 21 to 23. And then 24, 25, it bumped up to 1,500 a year.
Okay.
For all the police department.
I didn't realize it was in the ordinance and wasn't being paid. So that makes a difference, doesn't it, Sean?
Yeah, I was just kind of curious why it wasn't paid out. prior.
Overlooked and Patrick didn't advocate for it either, so it wasn't it wasn't a conversation. Since we're doing this, it became a conversation. Okay, if no questions, if everyone's good with this, let's,
I'll make a motion to approve first reading of ordinance number 2026-3A, amending the 2026 salary ordinance.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That's first reading. Well, I guess we'll do it again, won't we?
I'll correct that ordinance number for the next reading.
Okay, up next for new business, we have council to consider the first reading of resolution number 2026-3A, approving and authorizing the execution of lease agreements relating to the local public improvement projects in support of Madison Trace Development Project,
So
3A.
3A, since it's a resolution. Yeah. And so I'll jump in on this. We've been through this before, but for the public and Sean, I don't think you've been through this before. This is a BOT, build, operate, transfer project for the South Madison development we've been talking about for the better part of a year or longer now. Through just the wonders of Indiana law, the way that these bonds are issued is the redevelopment authority actually leases the public improvements, the streets and the other things that the bonds will be used for. They lease those to the redevelopment commission. And then the redevelopment commission uses, or then the RDA uses the lease payments from the redevelopment commission, the lease to service the bonds. The lease payments from the RDC are made with TIF revenues. The first batch of TIF revenues are for the TIF district that's in that area, which is the central TIF district, I believe. I may have the name wrong. And then the backup TIF would be TIF for the lease payments would be for the consolidated. So that's what this resolution is. The town council's role is to approve the format of the lease that's attached to the resolution, which says in much more detail. We could read through it, but we'd probably be here till the wee hours of the morning. That basically just that the redevelopment authority will lease to the redevelopment commission these public improvements, and then the lease payments will be used to service the bonds. And so what we're asking tonight is for the council to adopt this resolution to approve the format of the lease. And then we also have a time frame or a schedule of events for this process. And you'll see that there will be a public hearing at the Redevelopment Commission on March 19th, I believe it is. Yeah, that'll talk more specifically about the bonds and this process. The Redevelopment Authority will meet that night as well, to keep things going with the target date of first part of April, having the bonds issued and get this project underway.
The RFPs are already out now, right? Though
They-
is
They are,
Yeah.
yes. And so Joe and Dennis and Adam and the whole crew are working with the responses, and I'm not sure if we've got any back yet. I think we,
Haven't gotten it back. I think I've had about 7 requests.
yeah. So we'll get those in, and we're working, parallel tracks of considering the proposals and the responses to the RFQs that will ultimately be in front of the town council down the line here in a few weeks.
okay.
Can I ask a question? I'll get it. Bob Starrett, the last time we were going through this with a previous company, they backed out because they would not guarantee the bond payments. Has that been alleviated with this one?
It has, yeah. It was the opposite situation that we have here. The Loth group,
Mhm.
maybe it was Loth or so. Anyway, that prior group, they had commitments to develop on the east side of the new road for the light industrial commercial.
Right.
They would not commit to in the development agreement with the town that the residential side would come through, and that the town would be able to collect revenue and see that development from that. And the numbers just didn't work.
Okay.
And so the deal went away. SC Bodner came in. They're focused on the residential side and all of the plans. And you've been to some of the meetings
Mhm,
and
yeah.
seen that proposal. And so the numbers work.
Okay.
And my understanding is that also the east side is a different developer, that is moving forward. But that's not what this lease is about. It's purely for the bonds that will go towards the infrastructure to support the development of that residential side.
Okay. So in essence, the RDC is not going to be on the hook for the whole development.
Correct. Yeah, it's capped at $8.5 million in bonds. And that's what we're bidding now to, see what that work will be. But, it's the normal infrastructure stuff, roads and sewer and
Okay.
extending that. But the short answer is we do not have the problem that we had with the prior developer that caused that to fall through.
Well, I knew it was evidently a big enough issue that they
Yep.
backed out. So, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Everybody good? We look for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve first reading of resolution 2026-3A, approving and authorizing the execution of lease agreements relating to local public improvement projects in support of the Madison Trace Development Project.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Thank you, Alex. The third item on our new business is the council to consider the first reading of ordinance 2026-3C, supporting the rental registrations. I think we're gonna postpone that one more time. We
Yeah.
get it.
Do you want me to just to give a quick
Yeah.
update?
Yes.
So just a quick update for the council and the public is Jerry and I and Adam have been talking about this. There's some concerns. It's a very in-depth ordinance that you have in front of you that goes into a lot of detail. And there's been some conversation about maybe we pare that back. Maybe that's not a good fit for Fortville right now. So Jerry and I and Adam are going to work together to circulate an updated, much more streamlined version of this that doesn't have a lot of the detailed provisions about requirements and whatnot. So that hopefully we'll be able to consider that at the next meeting and then be ready to, if that goes well, adopt the first meeting in April. I think I covered that, Jerry. Yep. So we would ask that you would continue this so that we could get an updated draft for the council to review and comment on and then take up at the next meeting.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a good idea.
So what we have here is not the condensed down version. Is this?
It is not.
No.
That version has the changes to add in commercial buildings was one of the requests that would also tie in a registration so that we would have the information on commercial buildings, not necessarily just residential. So that if we have a change in use or something like that. So I made those are the red lines that you see in that version. Next version to come out will be a much more condensed proposal.
Okay. Thanks.
We also found out that we can't put in an ordinance and regulate the number of rental properties in town. Can't do that now. So we might try some other creative things, maybe if we have to, but so that's a new development as well.
So you're looking at first meeting in April? Bring it back.
Or I would hope that, I mean, the next meeting, the
Oh, the next
16th.
one.
Yeah. I think Jerry and I will be able to get a revised draft out this week and so that we'd be in good shape to have it on the next agenda.
I'm sure you have. I know there's been a lot of it. Yeah. It's a process. We'll get there. Yeah. Okay, so we have no other business, so I guess up to Joe.
Yeah, I just got a few things to share with you this evening. I emailed this out to you earlier, but just kind of want to go over a couple of these numbers on the 2025 water year-end report. Just kind of, we'll jump down. I mean, I list out all the leaks and some of the accomplishments that we've done at the plant and on the system. But I think the part that really kind of stands out of interest is 2025. I included 2020 information on here so you can see the growth patterns. In 2020, total water meter customers that we had was 2,890 or 2,898 customers. And at the end of this year, we had 3,817.
Yeah.
And we have that listed out all by meter sizes. We track all the different meters and where they're at and sizes and that. The water main in 2020, we had a total of 233,513. We currently have 302,641 feet of main. And with the valves, the main, let's go to the hydrants. We had 453. Now we have 621. And since I'm talking about the hydrants there, we exercise those every year. We did have a year there that we were kind of held up with a new plant and everything working. It's getting close. As soon as it starts to warm up a little bit, we're going to start that flushing for this year. So it takes us a little while to get through all 621, but you know, we flush every one of them and try to keep the system running clean and fresh and make the hydrants, make sure they're all functioning and working the way they're supposed to. Mainline valves, back in 2020, we had 623. We now have 797. And again, we turn every one of those valves every year, exercise them to make sure they're there and functioning when we need them. So if we have any breaks or anything like that, we can isolate small areas without putting a lot of people out of service. Let's see. The ending balance, excuse me, the ending balance for the funds in 2020, we had $3,046,610. At the ending balance of 2025, we're at $4,010,264. So even with the new plant and stuff that's going in, we're still, able to cover our cost. The difference between 22, you can see the 20 and the 25. I've got the difference in annual pumped. 2020, we pumped 205,661,000 gallons. 25, it was 280,792,000 gallons. We got, our average unaccounted for water is, this year was 9%. Last year was 10%. And I'd like to add, when I first started, we had seen months that was over 50% and years that were in the 40s. So it's taken, a little time, but we got all those, unaccounted for, which could be leaks that nobody knew. It could be bad meters, could be, theft of water. I know we try to work with the fire department as much as we can to get counts anytime they flush hydrants, do any testing, exercising, practicing to get some good estimates so we can track all those gallonage. We don't charge them for fire protection, obviously, but we try to track the water so we know where it's going and keep an eye on that. That's something that the IURC used to really get onto us about. And if we were over 15%, then it got costly for the town because we had to go out and do additional testing and looking for leaks and doing evaluations and all that. So that's the update on the water for that part of it. I will let you know, you probably heard on online, or maybe you've noticed it on your own bills. We've been having an issue with our, I won't say it's a billing company, Invoice Cloud. If you go online and look at your bill, where the line item should say tax, it says sprinkler or irrigation. I think it is. I think it's sprinkler.
Sprinkler charge. I think
Sprinkler
so,
charge.
yeah.
And it's actually the exact same amount as a tax. If you look at your bill that you get in the mail, it's correct. We can fix that and we can deal with those folks. Invoice Cloud is a third party. We've been trying for months to get them to get this corrected, and we have not been able to get there. So they keep telling us they're working on it. But with that, I also wanted to bring up the fact that I've been working with the utility office and the clerk's office both about, there's a company called BSNA Cloud, about going to a cloud-based system, which will make everything a lot easier. It makes it live. If somebody goes online and they pay a bill, it's going to show paid right now. Where now they go online and pay something, it's not going to show paid till the next day or whenever somebody gets back in here and, processes that payment. So it's not necessarily live, but it's a whole lot more user-friendly. It'll make things more efficient in the utility office and in the clerk's office. The price we got on it, it's a little more costly than what we're paying now, but we've been doing some evaluating on all the different things that we'll be able to alleviate to see, what we can, how we can justify it. And it looks like with everything that we're going to be able to get rid of, we're going to be real close to breaking even with it. But Missy, you have anything you want to add on the BSNA stuff?
No, I think it's gonna be a really good thing for the town and the customers and, all of us. It's gonna save the utility office and our office. I'm hoping a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's just incredible what it can do. So, there was a little bit of sticker shock at first, but going through what we pay Invoice Cloud, what some other fees that we have that are involved, and it's kind of like, why wouldn't you?
If it's not user-friendly, that's another thing. I can't believe that it's gone all this time and they can't fix a problem like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So
We've had the same thing. I know Andy's had the same thing with a website, with the
Yeah.
company years ago. And, you send in information, you try to get some changes and things corrected, and you really get tired of getting beat up on when the changes aren't made and it's kind of out of your control. So, I think this is going to be a lot more user-friendly, and it'll be more consumer-friendly as well for the customers.
I agree.
The only other thing I want to let you know is our lamp posts that I ordered. They will be delivered Thursday. So the extra poles that I've got in case one gets damaged, are supposed to be here Thursday. Hopefully they'll show up not damaged.
It's been
Hey,
18 months probably.
I got a question on light poles.
Yes.
You might have to order more than two. Lawrence is down 40 some light poles and they can't even get those replaced. So two in the backup might not be enough, just to give you a heads up. Because how long did it take you to get those?
About 7 months.
Yeah. So you might want to build to maybe 4 or 6. I know it's a lot, but like I said, Lawrence is down over 40 light poles and they can't even find them. So just give you a little heads
Lamp
up.
posts, I think I've reported on, it. You may not have been here at the last meeting, but, yeah, they're an issue. And any style, any lamp post you go to get, it seems
That's-
like every contractor is having a hard time getting them. And
That's what I mean.
they're
You might
just-
want to bump it maybe.
Yeah. If you remember,
If we have the cash.
remember Main Street when we tried to put up temporary lighting and all that stuff because it took so long to get those
Right.
lights in. So
I was just letting you know, Lawrence is going to be gobbling up a lot too.
I think they have a
probably
different,
Indianapolis
Different supply.
is probably down a lot also.
yeah, they have a different light standard than what we use.
So
But
this,
yeah, same. I think on the trail project, got going out toward the school, we're going to try to get that bid out yet this year, and it'll probably be closer to the fall when they get that. There'll be a lot of new lamp posts going in there, so the minute that contract is awarded, it'll be NDOT to award it, but we'll definitely be on to them about getting those lamp posts ordered, because that's going to be probably the last thing that gets put in on that trail.
did, also, is NDOT finished now?
I don't believe so.
Pardon me?
I don't believe so. I've not
okay.
seen the closeout. We've still got the historical sign that goes up at the Merrill House.
Okay. I
There's a
was just
couple other-
curious.
Yeah, a couple other small things. That's all I have this evening, unless you got something for me.
I had a quick question. Like for the valves and that, do you guys keep a record of that, like, on GIS? And do you guys do that with manholes also?
We do it, we keep just like a spreadsheet. The guys work off like an Excel spreadsheet and they track those. We don't actually go out and just try to exercise every valve all the time. It's like if we have a slow day for something that they're not between a water main break or an inspection or something, the guys will grab the list and they'll go out and turn a handful of valves. And they just do that as long as they can get every valve in town turned one time a year at least. And we did apply for a grant through our insurance company a few years ago, and we bought a hydraulic valve turner. And so that mounts on the truck, and you might see that's a big yellow arm that you'll know what they're out doing. Those the 12-inch valves is 36 turns down and 36 turns up, and some of them are really tight. So it was really taking a chance having the guys crank on them, and getting somebody hurt. Our insurance was good to help fund a tool that would help maybe prevent somebody from getting injured. So they utilize that now. As far as the GIS, they do it on a spreadsheet and GIS at the same time. So the spreadsheet, I can go back and look at the spreadsheet and see what it was every year, how many turns on a valve, how many gallons per minute they get out of a hydrant. But if I go to the GIS, all it's going to tell me is the last time that they tested it, because it doesn't keep a running total. It just tells the latest and greatest.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Adam, you have anything for us?
No, nothing for me. Not unless you have any questions or anything.
Do not. Heath is not here tonight. Chief?
Just happy to have Officer Carter here with us. And I want to let you guys know I got Lieutenant Archer signed up for the FBI National Academy Conference, and we're still trying to get him into the actual academy soon. So hopefully we'll get him in there this year, late this year, or beginning of next year.
I just want to tell you, I saw a little guy on a moped, one of the mini bikes, and he was very smart. He was on the sidewalk. He stopped at the street. I actually saw him do the right thing. It's the first one I've ever seen. So I felt like I needed to go give the kid a reward of some
Right.
kind, because he really was paying attention.
I
But,
do know we've had some conversations with
Yeah.
some officers,
Yeah.
We've had some conversations with some people, so
and he's probably one of the younger ones I've seen too, but he was doing a very, very good job.
good.
Yeah.
Kudos to his parents.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. Missy, you got anything?
No, but I need that resolution signed and sent down.
Which one?
One we just passed tonight, the resolution for the.
Salary. Oh, the bond. This one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll handle that. I'm on it. Okay, Alex, you have anything? I do not. And that is 3A.
Yes.
Okay. Public comment. Public has no comment. Okay. Council members?
I don't have anything.
Nothing for me.
I want to thank Andy for his wonderful meeting on Friday. I thought you did a terrific job with all of our business people. We appreciate your hard work.
I'll
Yeah.
second that.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
I don't have anything.
Brett, you got anything?
No comment.
Okay, I need a motion to approve and sign voucher.
I'll make a motion to approve and sign vouchers.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:02. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks for coming.